Sure. So I think there's two aspects that are sort of daunting about school or high school in general, is the academics, coming from an unschooling background, and being around that many people. And for the being around many people, I was so fortunate to grow up in this area where there are a huge number of programs for unschoolers like myself, where I, on a very regular basis, was interacting with, there's a stigma of homeschoolers where you're antisocial and don't have social skills. And I sort of thought that of school kids because all they had was people their own age. They didn't know how to interact with many different age groups. They didn't interact with adults except for their teachers, and that was very formal. Where I had grown up with this really cool background of interacting with adults on a daily basis, and so there was the social scene was very easy to drop into. I will say on my very first day, I was sitting like this right now, and I hadn't really sat in a chair for long periods of time before, and I got that characteristic red dot on my leg, from cutting off blood circulation, and I freaked out because I didn't know what it was. Because I hadn't sat still in a class in a confined seat for 50 minutes 8 times a day. And so that was the one really scary thing. As for the academics, that other part, I think when you're unschooled, and when you're making decisions for yourself, and you're sort of learning the things you're interested in, it teaches you a lot of critical thinking, which again I think is sort of limiting in schools where they're so structured. They don't allow you to make that own. They give you the structure. They don't allow you to make it. And I think because I had that ability going in, the academics were very, very easy. Because instead of teaching them to myself, there was just someone there telling me what I needed to know. And so I think even if I went in, and I remember the first history class I took, I had no interest in history when I was growing up, so I didn't read a lot of history books. And so I remember the very first history class I ever took was AP US History. And there was some very commonplace information that you learn in middle school, I guess, that I didn't know about wars and places, and certainly they're important. That I hadn't decided to teach myself that when I was younger, but it wasn't it was difficult to then learn it at that age.